Hi, this is Dr. Rozakis. I'm the founder of the Macular Program, and on behalf of Brian Bakke, our PhD and Chief Science Officer, and Scott Sedlacek, our Director of Optometry, I am excited to talk to you today about how optometry can easily adopt anti-aging medicine to revolutionize the management of macular degeneration and other eye conditions. I have been involved in the anti-aging movement for about 15 years, as has Dr. Bakke and Scott Sedlacek, and we know that there is great value for the science in anti-aging medicine to the eye. This is really important. This is a game changer, which is why we have asked you to see this video. So you have to think of anti-aging medicine as cellular medicine. Think about that. Your purpose is to do what as an eye doctor? It's to optimize cellular physiology. You want to make the RPE healthy, trabecular meshwork cells, photoreceptors, retinal ganglion cells, endothelial cells. I mean, our job actually is cellular health, and that's what the anti-aging medicine movement is about. There are obstacles to doing this type of care, which I confronted early on. I realized it was very complex because everybody did it differently and was very time-consuming. So Dr. Bakke and I had a vision. Our vision was to perfect a method of anti-aging medicine and bring it to doctors and patients. Let me tell you a little bit more about Brian Bakke. He's a PhD in bioorganic chemistry. He went to Columbia Medical School to study nutrition. He has his master's thesis on macular degeneration. He's a certified nutrition specialist, and we've been working together now for 10 years. And what we came up with is a method. We call it the homing method. It's all about optimizing hormonal levels, reducing oxidative stress, taking care of the methylation pathways, taking care of inflammation, using good nutrition, and using genetics to do what? It's to make cells healthy again. It's to resuscitate sick and dying cells, because that's what's happening in the macula. The macula is a battlefield. There are dead bodies all over the place, and there are other bodies that are not dead yet. They're suffering, they're dying. And our job is to take the remaining cells that are in the macula and bring them back to life, or any cell for that matter, in the eye or the body. That's the idea behind anti-aging medicine. It's also called functional medicine. So it's all about cellular health, and this is the method we came up with. We started initially taking care of people who did not have macular degeneration. They had a slew of other conditions such as migraine, depression, anxiety, so many different medical problems. And our work was acknowledged in Cleveland. We won the Healthcare Heroes Award, or the Advancements in Healthcare Award, back in 2015 for our work, and this was appreciated. But what about the eye? Our first clue that it could benefit the eye was actually my mother, who was stable with her severe dry disease for 15 years. She had 20/30 vision, a very scary looking macula, but it just didn't progress. It stayed stable. That was our first clue. The second clue we had was somebody who had improvement in their dark adaptation. So we realized that this can benefit dark adaptation years before the AdaptDX technology became available. But we're so happy to see that that technology is there, because it is an excellent early detection method for macular degeneration. Then we had this patient who could see better. She had a Kindle. She could only read the Kindle set to large type. But when she was put on our anti-aging program, she was able to see the lettering again when set to small type. And that was very exciting. We actually put out a press release on that. So based on that data, we said to ourselves, let's do a study. And this was 2020, and there was the lockdown that we had to deal with. So the issue was, how do you find patients? And the answer is internet marketing. We were able to find thousands of leads, which told us something. There's a huge unmet need for better treating macular degeneration, huge. So we did our internet marketing, we did webinars, we used telemedicine, and we treated 365 eyes, and we wrote a paper. The paper basically talks about how by combining HOMING together, we can get spectacular results. And I want to make a point of the fact that each of these letters alone had literature showing that it can benefit the macula. Hormones alone, oxidative stress alone, etc. I call that monomodal. So there was monomodal supporting literature that supports the fact that a multimodal strategy should work even better, and it did. 48% of dry patients could see better, which is a big difference from what is happening with ARADs. ARADs basically are simple antioxidants. It only helps 1 in 17, does not prevent dry disease, does not prevent wet disease, does not improve vision. And like, what if there's no oxidative stress? What about blood testing? What about other causes? We have to ask ourselves, why didn't we evolve as an industry to do more to benefit the macula? And the answer is we were not anti-aging doctors. This is not our forte. And some people in eye care are trying to bring this into the forefront. And that's what we did for you. 60% of wet patients needed fewer injections or saw better, which is fantastic. Why did that work? Because we later learned that the anti-aging programs we put people on can actually slow down the VEGF gene epigenetically. In other words, the eye is not going to produce as much VEGF, which is obviously going to help the retina doctor with his injections. But on top of that, we're supporting RPE health and cell health, which the injections don't do. And our data is telling us that we can reduce the conversion of dry to wet disease, which is really exciting. So there's a new paradigm here. There's a new urgency. Because 50% of eyes improve, we must treat before irreversible damage occurs. That's so important. It's those soldiers that are dying. The longer we wait, the more are going to die. We have to stabilize and we have to improve vision as quickly as we can. We can't wait. This is the new message to your patients. It's like time is your enemy. Getting checked every 6 months to monitor the progression of macular degeneration is no longer good enough. Don't be a spectator. So the disease is really a race against irreversible structural damage. It's a race against time. This is the new critical message that has to go out to your patients. Because if you don't improve the function of the cells, we're going to lose structure. So that was our method. Now the question was, how do we bring it to the world? That was a harder part. And there are barriers to launching something like this. One is the need for a publication, so we did that. But now we have to enroll patients and co-manage patients, and it has to be easy and time efficient. So this really isn't too hard. You see a patient with macular disease, you show them their illness, show them their OCTs, and just tell them that the cells are degenerating due to the aging process. But with cellular medicine, there are strategies that can help the cells in the macula be healthy again. That's what you have to tell the patient, and then refer them over to us, where they will see a video that will educate them on what this is, and we will then handle the enrollment of the patient, just like LASIK co-management. So you say to yourself, okay, I can do this, I can refer, I got that, but how am I going to learn how to do this type of care? I'm way too busy. I can't answer their questions. That's okay, there is a way. The way is something else we invented called telemedicine co-management. We built a collaborative care team of medical doctors, PhDs, and health coaches working through a telemedicine platform that has artificial intelligence in it, the ability to do clinical research and administrative assistance. You're going to focus on the eye findings. You're going to encourage compliance with our program. We're going to focus on the homing method. But if you do want to learn how to do this, you can in real time, because we're sharing the chart. So you can observe our work. You can look at the labs. You can see what's going on and just organically absorb what we're doing without the stress of having to be responsible for it. So don't worry about the stress of not knowing how to do it, but you can learn how to do it as you watch us work. It's a nice opportunity to learn. So that's it. It's all done. The method's done. We can bring it to doctors and patients with our telemedicine co-management platform. And I'll tell you, these are revolutionary innovations that instantly allows you to expand your scope of practice to include anti-aging medicine, which is pretty cool. You know, we can not only go after macular degeneration, but dry eye, cataract, diabetes, glaucoma, and even retinitis pigmentosa. Because when you remove the homing abnormalities from a patient who has retinitis pigmentosa, they see better. You need to remember that they don't see well because of their genetic error regarding retinitis pigmentosa, plus their homing errors. So if you can subtract out the homing errors, their cells will work better and they'll see better. And we have a case that showed that. This is what your patients want. They don't want the disease. They want to catch it early. They don't want to ever lose vision. They don't want macular degeneration. They don't want diabetic eye disease. They don't want dry eye, cataract, glaucoma. They don't want to feel old. They want doctors that do more than monitor progression. They want a wellness model, not a sick care model. This is what your patients are actually looking for. And don't be surprised, because it is anti-aging medicine, that they're going to look better, feel better, have less fatigue, sleep better. Menopausal symptoms can be improved upon. Erectile dysfunction can be benefited. Complications of diabetes can be avoided. Heart disease can be avoided. And, mental diseases such as dementia and Alzheimer's can be avoided as well. This is really important. Patients need this. So if you're interested in doing more to stop or reverse macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, dry eye, retinitis pigmentosa, then this is for you. I think as an optometrist, you can gain, retain, and reclaim macular patients. You don't have to be a spectator. You can get in the game because you're pursuing the causes of eye disease. This is exciting. You can give patients what they want. It's a tremendous message that optometry should embrace. And you should be rewarded for the fact that optometry as a specialty is focused on prevention, because you guys are buying your AdaptDXs or your OCTs. But would you say need to close the loop on a therapeutic strategy? Ophthalmology can also do this if they're willing. Time will tell. I don't know. They're kind of focused on cataracts usually, but they should be doing this as you are. The retina doctors, they are really focused on injections, but they need to treat patients who are not responding to their injections with these anti-aging strategies. When you have a non-responding wet, you've got to do more for them. They're in big trouble. And if they're willing, they should do this to improve the efficacy of their injections. They should evolve from ARADs, and they should actually work with you on this type of care. But whether they do or not, time will tell. But they're very focused on injections, as you know. So if you have somebody early on who fails their AdaptDX, send them over. Let's see if we can find out what's causing it. Let's do lab work and test them and see where their homing abnormalities reside and fix them. Certainly if they're having structural damage like this patient here with early AMD, this is starting. This is an eye that's on the way to progressive vision loss. What if this person is 55 or 60 or 65? They're still young. They have 10, 15 years of life ahead of them. I mean, we don't want them to become like this. This is a disaster. What if they then go here to geographic or go wet? We don't want that. And we can prevent wet by turning down the gene that makes VEGF and supporting RPE health, because I really believe that's going to help reduce the conversion of dry to wet disease. So hopefully you're excited as we are by this. If so, schedule a call with us, see if this is a fit for you. We'll discuss the financials, discuss marketing, review the IT platform, and discuss your particular situation. But your patients don't want macular degeneration. They want prevention. They don't want diabetes. They don't want dry eye. They don't want cataracts. They don't want glaucoma. They don't want to feel old. And they want doctors that do more than monitor progression. They want a wellness model, not a sick care model. Call us. Let's get you going. Thanks. Bye.